Alright guys, here we go with a 1,000-mile review of my 1200 Scrambler. It's in 2019. I got it as a leftover, 0 miles. So you've seen a couple of videos of me just tooling around with my buddies, having a good time, and I think it's time to really talk about the bike. I'm sure a lot of people are interested in, well, not so much my view of it, but just a non-YouTuber professional, just average dude, average guy, and did some upgrades with it. I love the bike, and I'll just go through a couple of things, and we'll go for a ride, and I'll talk to you about most of the likes, and really only got one dislike, and it's pretty much the heat coming off the cat. But we can talk about that later. I'm going to decat it, and that should be a non-issue. Otherwise, everything else about the bike is great. I mean, I can deal with the heat. It's just when you're stopped, you're going to feel it. You just move your leg out of the way, and you just deal with it. It's this type of bike you're going to deal with the exhaust is, rather. You're going to deal with that kind of heat. But once you decat it, from what I hear, everybody says it's a major difference. So I don't really want to change the exhaust. I kind of like the way it looks. It has a nice... it just looks nice. I'm okay with the mufflers. Everything about the exhaust is fine with me. I don't want to. I'm going to cut the cat apart. I'm not going to change the pipes at all. I'm going to follow the instructions from Meerkat out of Australia and go that route. I have a friend of mine who can weld it up. I'll cut it and he can weld it. But all right, let's just get back to the bike again. As far as just couple of little things I've done to the bike. As you can see, the screen is not a factory screen. It's a Dart Marlin fly screen, and the factory one was about this high, and it was clear, and it was okay, but it was clear, so I didn't like it. And so I got one that's a little bit higher. It takes a little bit more wind off my chest. It's still a naked bike, and it's not a highway bike. I mean, if you want to go long distance, I mean, it's 70 miles an hour with the cruise on. It's fine, you know, as long as it's not freezing out, I'm good with it. But it's really just my hop around bike. Also added the bar end mirrors. I didn't like the Mickey Mouse ones that came, let's see, they came out of, where did they come out of? Right here. Yeah, and I put some plastic plugs in it and took the Mickey Mouse mirrors off. And these are inexpensive and super easy to put on, and I like the look. So those are the two changes I did pretty much right away. Well, this change I did too right away. As you can see, it now has a tail tidy. That tail came out to about here from the factory. I guess it's I don't know what regulations or stuff like that, but it was hideous. So remove that. I did have to modify the bracket. Well, the bracket is from Tech, as with the mirrors, but I had to modify the do some modifications, meaning that if you just put the factory lights on their tail tidy, the light is going to come like right in the way of the exhaust. So that's not good, because it'll probably melt. So I put some spacers to pull it inside. See what I did? Oh, I should paint that. That looks hideous. Well, I just threw them on, so I'll paint them up, make them look nice. Okay. All right, we're back. We were out of focus for a little bit. So I do like the tail light. I love the way it lights up. I like the half round with the T look, whatever, the Triumph look. And the tail lights are not so bad. I mean, they're big, but maybe in the future. But that's not something I'm going to do right away. I'm pretty happy with the tail right now. And well, this is I think I've talked about this. Is the showcase. I guess in Europe it's called something different, but this one, this is the XC model, 1200 XC. With it comes with the bag. It's called a showcase. Comes off pretty easy. It's nice. It's okay. It's, you know, I know it sticks out a little bit, but you know, it's useful. It really is useful. And comes with the brush guards. Nice aluminum trim is kind of cool, and then it comes with the auxiliary lights, which are pretty cool, and they are bright. So also added a let's see if we can get a good shot of that without me in the background. The tank pads, I like that look. I don't know how useful they are for how I ride the bike, but I like it. I like the look. It's all about looks, ain't it? Okay, next, the last feature, or my last upgrade would be my quick shift. I got spoiled on the GS. Still have the GS. Didn't get rid of it, folks. but I got spoiled, and I really like the quick shifter. So Triumph doesn't make one for this, but Healtech does. Healtech is not, it's not a bike specific, but it works on almost every single bike. And here's the sensor. You just they give you another longer bolt. You put this in here, you run the wires up, and you run it to the little module that controls the quick shifting. You have to take the tank off and get to the coils, because you have to run the wires into the coils, and it's basically you're just like interrupting the signal going into the coil, and the module takes care of everything. And let me show you where I put that. So let me just get the key and get that in there. Seat off. As you can see, there's two new wires here. This is for goes to the coils, where it interrupts them. And just because you're just getting a bleep, I mean, you can bleep it with your hand and shift without the clutch, but this you don't have to, because it does it for you. That's the idea of a quick shifter. And this goes down to the sensor, and then here's the unit. I put it in here because I'm not sure where I'm going to mount it permanently. And it's a quick shifter, easy, Smart Tech Ride. It's by Healtech. Strange name, but that's the name of the company, and it really works good. And this is for your cell phone. I thought that's kind of a ridiculous place to put your cell phone, because I want my cell phone over here so I can just see where I'm going. Phone call comes in, I have a headset, I can answer the phone, I can do my nav. I don't understand that, I guess, but there's a little dingle dongle for your oops, can't get it up there, for your cell phone to charge. But I put this in here because it's got foam. They don't want this thing vibrating, so I thought this would be a perfect place. I'm not going to use it for anything else, so that's where it goes, and that's it. And it works great. It works great. You have to make your shifts firm. If you just touch it, it'll bleep it, because I guess the sensor knows it's moving. And but it works good. It works good. All right, folks. Put the seat back on. The seat goes on really easy with this. And we're going to take a ride. And I'll talk about the rest of the bike and what I think. And I do like it. It looks like I'm going to keep it for a while. And it's going to be my knock-around bike. As you can see in the background, I got a bunch more stuff. My buddy's stored his bikes here for the winter. He built his new shop. GS is in the background. My brother's covering his Indians, because I don't know why. But the garage is a mess. But what are you going to do? So, all right, we're off for a ride, and I'll give you my thoughts. All right, guys, we're on the bike. So let's finish our review. I'm almost at 1,000 miles, so it's not really a 1,000-mile review, but I got the time to do it, so I figured, what the heck, let's do it. So you've seen the walk around and pretty much everything I did to the bike, and I like the bike a lot. So let's talk about the thing I don't like about it, and then we'll talk about all the good things, and that's the heat. Now, like right now, it's 72 degrees out. You don't feel, I mean, I just started the bike up, so it's not that hot yet. But when you're riding, even when it was 80 degrees, you don't feel the heat, as long as you know, unless you put your legs super close, and it's fine. When you get to a stoplight or some traffic, you definitely feel the heat. You got to move your leg out a little bit, so give you a little bit of relief. It's not a deal breaker at all. I did expect that to be an issue. All right, short intermission, a little wardrobe malfunction, but we're back on the road. So, yeah, so let's get back to the exhaust. It does get hot. From all the videos I've watched, it's if you decat it, you either go with the H pipes, or you just remove the cat, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to remove the cat and cut it open, and then have a friend of mine weld it back, because I'm not good with welding stainless, and welding in general. So that'll alleviate that problem, and that's the only issue I have with this bike. But it's expected. Now, my review is not a professional review. I'm not a professional YouTuber. It's just a review from an average Joe, like I said, with the walk around.
And it's just my opinions, and I guess everybody's gonna have. I know one guy who's complaining about the ride and then the heat, and he still loved the bike, but blah blah blah. That's his opinion. That's fine. I guess then he should just find another bike. But I'm very happy with the bike overall. So after the heat issue, that's about the only issue I have. As far as the likes, I'll go through that. First, the ride and the seating position. The seating position is perfect. It has you sit straight up. You can just go back on the seat, move around a little bit, get up in the front. It's just nice. So I find the seating position extremely comfortable, not fatiguing at all. I'm 5'11", I think I've said this many times, 32-ish inseam and 195 pounds. And the bike seems to suit me just fine. We go to the ride. The ride. It's firm. I'm not going to tell you that it's not plush like my GS. I consider that plush. But it's not. It's half the price, almost half the price of the GS. It's got Öhlins in the back, Showas in the front. They're all adjustable. I've adjusted it on the soft side, and I find it very comfortable. It's firmer, yes, but it never bottoms out like with my Speedmaster. The ride was nice, but if you hit one bump and you bottomed out, well, that went right through my spine, and I was done for the day. I've hit a bunch of bumps on this, and it's firm, but it doesn't beat me up. I'm not fatigued. I'm just after a ride, my back does not bother me. Yesterday, me and my buddy were out for 2 hours. The day before, a couple days before that, I was out for 3 hours, and no issues. Just normal when you're sitting on a bike. You need a break every once in a while, but nothing that I can complain about. So I'm happy with the ride. The handling, I'm really impressed with the handling. I mean, it's got that 21-inch front tire. It does have 8 inches of front and rear travel, but yet you can lean in. I've scraped the pegs many times on this thing already, and it doesn't feel like it's going to get away from you. So, and I'm a rookie. I'm nowhere near, I would say a professional rider, but I just consider myself just an average rider. I mean, 60% of my riding is just kind of just cruising. 40% is a little aggressive. And here we got it's a beautiful day for riding. Beautiful day for riding. Who would think it in November? So we're gonna head towards Ocean City, and I'm just giving you my review. So, and my non-professional review. So ride is good for me. I like it. It's on the firmer side, so don't think it's going to be just a soft, mushy ride, because it's not. But it's not. It doesn't beat you up either. As far as putting my feet down, I can just put my feet down, almost flat-footed. And I feel, to me, the bike is almost 100 pounds lighter than my GS. So to me, it's very light. It doesn't feel top-heavy to me. It just feels very light, easy to maneuver, easy to maneuver around, even in my garage and stuff like that. So I'm happy with that. What else? What else can we do? So as far as the gauges, I like the gauges. I kind of like the look I have now. I don't like the other look. I mean, it's okay. It's very retro, but I like this look a little better. I just wish the tack, the speedometer was on the opposite side and the tack was on the other side, where your shift point was straight up. If if you're like getting real aggressive. But that's just that's not a big deal. And let's see, what else can we talk about? The things I didn't change. I mean, because I did put a quick shifter on it. I don't want to talk about that just yet. But I just want to talk about the bike stock-wise. Well, I added these mirrors, which I like them better. I think they give me a better field of view, and they don't look Mickey Mouse. I don't like them. I don't like the round Mickey Mouse look. I know it's on a lot of Triumphs, and I just don't like it. So handling, ride, mileage. Mileage is, let's see if we can change that gauge around. One thing I did notice, so I don't know if it's going to be a recall deal or something, but the key fob is always out of range. Not always. It's just, I mean, it's in my pocket, no problem, and it starts no problem, but once in a while, I said always, it's once in a while it'll come up and say key fob out of range, but whatever. So let's get back to mileage. Like I said, 60% is just kind of cruising and 40% is aggressive, and I've averaged like 45 miles to the gallon. with a 4-gallon tank. That's good mileage. I'm happy with that. I don't have to stop a lot. After 150, 175 miles, I need to take a break anyway. I'm just fucking old. So that's the quick shifter, guys, and it's nice. So this quick shifter is by Healtech, and it was fairly easy for me to put it in and set it up. You set it up with your phone. I don't think I mentioned that in my walk around. It's Bluetooth. You can set all the parameters to make it a little less aggressive, more aggressive as far as shifting. Just so you can find just the right spot where you want it to kick in. Like a sport bike, you probably wouldn't want it to kick in below 3,000, but this bike, 2,500, it's making power. So I got set to 2,500, so I can, if I'm just like cruising slow in the city or something like that, I can bleep it in. So I'm happy with it. As far as downshifting, as long as you're giving it throttle, it'll downshift. As soon as you come off the throttle, it won't downshift. So I think that's normal with a lot of quick shifters anyway. So very happy with that upgrade. I guess I'm spoiled. I like that. I love the quick shift, and it's good when I'm drag racing my buddy. I don't got to think about anything. I just bang, 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 bang. So not that I can outrun my buddy now. He's got a Ducati, and that thing is a beast. Ducati Diaval. I always fuck that up. I always mess that up. Whatever, folks. But you know what I'm talking about. He's got the S, and that thing is just a beast. We switched and made just to see the difference in that thing is. I didn't go crazy with it, but man, what a beast that thing is. So he liked this bike too. It was just, I guess it's just more of kind of it looks like a dirt bike, but it's more of just a hop around road bike. It's definitely not a dirt bike. Well, I guess it is. I shouldn't say that. If you put some good knobby tires on it, it'll handle any dirt situation. This is the videos I came across. I mean, the guys were on XEs, which got a little bit more travel, but I've seen a guy with an XC and he had knobbies on it, and he was going everywhere with it. So, but that's not going to be me. That's not a dirt kind of guy. I could see myself doing fire roads, but I'm not going to be doing any crazy shit. Like I said, I like the look. It's just a different type of bike, and it's fun to ride, and it's relatively inexpensive, So, all right. So what else? Before I don't have a hookup for my 360 camera, so that goes out quick. So what else can we talk about? I talked about the riding position is good. Flat footing is good for, I guess, even if you're like 5'9", I think you'd be okay. You can just do 1 foot like this and lean it. I don't find the bike heavy. I've had it up to 110, and not supposed to do that with the bag, but I did. So, and it was fine. I found it fine. A lot of wind blast, but got up there pretty quick. Brakes are excellent. They're not linked like the GS, but they are excellent. Excellent. Well, we got Brembos in the front and in the back with this particular model, or I think all the 1200s come like that. Oh, I love that quick shifter. Brakes are good. And what else? So ride is firm but not punishing. The seat is firm but not punishing. I think it's the way you should be. When you have a firm ride, you should have a firm seat, because then if you have a soft seat, it just kind of collapses on itself after 10, 20 minutes. So I think that the combination is really good. Like I said, it's not going to be like my GS. I'm not going to go 500, 600, 700 miles. Some guys will, younger guys might, but I'm not. And, if I could do, 100 miles in a day, 150, I'm fine with this bike. It's absolutely perfect. And if I find a little trail that's a light trail, I'll take it on a trail. I just think I don't know what some people are expecting out of the bike. I just think it's different and it's fun. It's very classic looking, but yet it has all the modern, conveniences. It's got cruise control, anti-lock, all that stuff. I know some people don't like ABS and all that stuff, but I kind of like that kind of stuff. And, it just makes for a safer ride. Well, for me anyway. But, yeah, so I'm happy with the bike. Happy I got it. Who knows what Triumph's going to come out with again. I'm always looking for something that looks like the Trident. Looks like a cool bike. But I think I'm going to stay with this for a little bit. Anyway, the GS, not going anywhere. Like I said, this is going to be my knockaround bike. So, folks, that's kind of my non-professional review. I know I probably left something out. The lighting, lights really work great. The auxiliary lights are super bright, super powerful. I don't feel vibration through the bars. The sound is really cool, especially when you get off the gas. It just burbles and crackles, and is crackle a word? Whatever. And it's really cool. And I'm just trying to think of other things that I've left anything out. The bag is very useful, even though it sticks out a lot. I kind of like the clean look, but I find myself using it all the time. Putting stuff in my lunch, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So. What else? Yep, there is key fob out of range, but it's in my pocket. So, and then I move it around a little bit, or sometimes it just, and it just comes back on. So I guess that's an issue too. But an issue I can deal with. So I'll let you guys know when I do the decat. I think I'm gonna do it next week, and I'll let you know what the heat difference is. Like right now, I feel a little heat. It's 72 degrees. But it's not bad at all. I can put my leg right against it, and I'm just wearing jeans. I'm not wearing riding stuff, which I should be. And you feel it, but it's not bad. The cat's, right over here. That's where it's really hot. But you're not that close to it, and you just put your foot like that, and you don't feel anything, or your leg rather. So let's see, guys. Handling. I told you the handling. Oh, it's just really nimble. Really nimble. I just didn't know how a 21-inch tire was going to react, but it handles really, really well. And so I'm liking the bike. So anybody that's thinking about buying something like that, or something like this, it's a firm ride, but it's got a lot of travel. It never bottoms out, at least for me, so it doesn't go through my spine. The seat is firm. It's easy to flat foot if you're 5'10" or 5'11", but even if you're just 1 foot, it's still very manageable. The bars are in a great position. The seating position is great. I've ridden the night a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I guess that's it. I changed the oil myself. It's at 600 miles. I changed the oil, which is so easy on this. It's just so easy to do an oil change on this, and it's got 10,000 mile service intervals. That's what I like about this over my BMW. The service intervals are stretched out. So, don't have to do anything for another, 9,000 miles. So that's pretty cool. Just lube the chain, which is really easy to do because it's got a center stand. I don't know if I said that, but it does, and that makes it super simple, and it's very easy to get up on the center stand. Just trying to get all in one. I just don't know. I know I'm leaving something out. Well, that's it, though. I like the bike. It pretty much is what I expect in some ways and not in other ways. As far as I didn't expect it to handle as well as it does. To me, it's just like a regular naked bike. Obviously not a sport bike. If I had to compare it to the GS, as far as handling, I think I could push the GS a little harder, maybe because of the tires, but they seem almost equal. So, the GS is obviously a better highway bike, more protection. Just feels a little bit more protected but as far as stability, the bike feels fine. I think I talked about it in one of my videos. My buddy's got a Aprilia, and my other friend with the Ducati, they were doing like 100, 120, and I could catch them, but that's if they slow down. But I was up to 100, 110, and I felt fine. A lot of wind blast, but I felt secure on the bike. All right, folks. So that's it for now. That's my 1,000 or just under 1,000 mile review, and I'm liking the bike. Out of here.